Hi, I'm Christen Vargas.
And I'm Kathy Brooks.
We opened All God's Children Daycare 4.5 years ago with a strong desire to serve the needs of the community. And it's been quite a journey, and we have been doing just that in so many more ways than we ever thought we ever would.
Yeah, I think we thought, we would be opening a daycare preschool and, having kids come in, and we did want to make it very kind of family friendly, but it's really become like its own separate community. It's really wonderful. We get to know the teachers, we get to know the parents, we get to love on all the kids. It's just an absolutely fantastic and very blessed thing that we get to do.
It's been amazing to be a part of this program because we get to serve the families in so many ways, meaningful ways that have touched them, and I've gotten to hear some of that in preparation for a fundraiser that we're doing, where they were recorded talking about all the ways that we have blessed their families, and it's been amazing to hear that our efforts and the Lord's effort through us has really produced some wonderful, life-changing situations for various people. Sometimes that's financial. Sometimes that's because people need that extra bit of support. They need to know that they can bring their child somewhere safe, where we're going to teach their child, but also love on them and teach them to love others well, character building, but also that they can stop by our desk on their way in or out and talk to us about what's going on with them. And we can help meet that need, be it a need for financial assistance or a need for prayer or just to be heard. We have really been able to just speak into the lives of so many people in that way.
Yeah, we've had parents that have come in, and you can just see that there's something, there's just something a little bothering them. They're just not quite themselves. And so you take a breath and you take a minute and you really, love on them and ask them, if there's anything we can do. And the next thing you know, you're hugging and you're praying and you're crying with them, and, and all the things. It's just the humanness in us to just love on everyone. We have had parents that have stopped by even when their child isn't here and come in and asked for prayer. So we just feel like this was such a need in this community. We have families that they were very much not sure if they should even have another child because things were so expensive. And they just, they really wanted to, but they were very concerned. And we've been able to step in and kind of help financially to be able to assure them that we're here for them. That's part of our fundraising. Part of, the things that we do is to try to make sure that we can support these families in all the various ways.
As many families as we've supported, that many at least have come to us for support. And we've supported them with lump sums as much as we can. But our tuition assistance program really thrives off of sponsors, people who are able to give on a regular basis $5 a month, $20 a month, $100 a month, so that we can provide this scholarship program that is able to continue. Over the years, we've just had to sort of step out in faith and give money that we didn't know where it was going to come from. And there have been many times where Kathy has made that choice. And it's really funny because I'm more the feeler and Kathy's more the thinker. And every now and again, Kathy will just sort of go, I think we just need to do this. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's step out in faith. And God has met us where we were with our hearts. Also provided through grants and things like that. It's not just like, where's the money coming from? I don't know. A lot of it has come from grants. A lot of it has come from, there have been times when Kathy and I have gone without pay for a couple weeks so that we can make sure we pay our staff a living wage. And it says in the Bible that what you give is what you receive, poured in, shuffled, how's it, shaken down, overflowing. And the Lord has really shown us that if we step out that way, He will provide for us. But we need people to be part of that provision. We need other people who are looking for meaningful ways to step out in faith, to help our community, to help our families who have to make that tough choice of putting your child in daycare instead of staying home with them yourselves. And I have had to make that tough choice. I was a stay-at-home mom for all 4 of my first children. And when God called me to do this, that was stepping out in faith and saying, okay, I'm going to have some children in daycare now. And it's been challenging, but wonderful because they're here with me and I get to see the parent side of things. I get to see my children growing in relationship with other staff members, with other human beings who care about them, and get excited when she ages up into their classroom because they've just been waiting for her, how she gets to build the relationship with the other children here. And that has changed my relationship with the parents as well, because we're sort of now parenting together because I have a 1-year-old and they have a 1-year-old. And it's been really cool to change hats that way. And now I'm the director and support to my staff and a parent.
And we have other staff members here that are very much in that same place. They are working here, but they also have their kids here. So, it's been a blessing to them because we have had times when it's like, they want to work, but they really don't want to be putting their kids in daycare, but they understand if they can bring their kids here, then they're here right here with the kids. It doesn't take very long once they kind of see how things work here. They're very comfortable. They're like, yep, okay, this is a great place because we are just all family and community and this is the village. This is the village that is taking care of all the kids. And we just need your help. We need other people to help us continue to be that village.
We do provide our staff members an extremely affordable rate to have their children here. And because of that, it makes it possible for staff to work and have childcare because childcare is expensive. And it's expensive to run a daycare, insurance and rent and all the things, paying your wonderful staff members what they're worth. So the fact that people are able to bring their children here and work here and still make ends meet has been a blessing to our staff. And we have one staff member that was able to go on and she and her husband were able to buy a house. Whereas when she first started here, she didn't know how anything was going to work out. Husband was working late hours and all sorts of financial and life challenges. And just through the passage of time and working here, making money, but also having your children cared for, allow them to successfully buy a house and start living that life that they really want to live.